This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. This is taken near the 13. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On 2nd down now. Dobbins, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Steps away to his left. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll get 5 on the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Foxtrot.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun on third down, Locke. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Maurice Hurst drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On first down, Dobbins, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Switch man.
Block now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. And now it's 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Look at me. Go. Now.
Block going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
Check 99, check 99, check 24, check 24. Hard, hard. Hey, Delta. 58, boy, 58, 58.
Lock now on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. They'll run on first down. Dobbins had a nice broken tackle and then brought down right around the 20. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check 26, check 26.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Under crunch. Check 9, check 9. Shit.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Alpha. Get out the field, defense. Hey, stand up. Let's go. Big series right here.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lock. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Maurice Hurst picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Shift! Watch the shift! He's checking. Leo! Spud! Begin!
After the turnover, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Carr going to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Carr now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Dobbins, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Go!
On 1st down, Locke will let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Throwing again on second down. Carr working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And that is no good. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for. And taken.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Flushed out right. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 31, check 31. Recon, 132 fight.
Play action now. Mariota. And the Raiders have got him.
He's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Tight down, there you go. Check 37, check 37.
Mariota. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
3rd and long here for Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Check, 47. You must be dreaming. Right Monday down. Christian Travis.
Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A huge play there for Denver. 57 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Where are they, team? One. Go.
On play action, Mariota. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
One. Bang. Check three. Show it up.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. From the gun, Mariota dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And McManus able to put it through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
All day, baby, all day.
The offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Operating from the gun. Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. On 1st down, Dobbins, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. On on 2nd and 12. Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Let's go, baby. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
58, Mike. Here we go. 58, right on. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run. Hey, check. 3.
To throw Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Well, he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm down. Danny.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I got him. Watch tight end. Tight right.
From the gun, Carr. That is caught inside the 5. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. One. Watch the whip. One. We got double up.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Bart, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Blue dart quarters. Sponge. No. Check 52. 58, boy. Exit. Hey, that's scared.
Mariota to throw it. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
All day, baby. Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, man. Where are they, team? Slam. One. Kill.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
One. Hey, 58 is a mic. Echo. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. 58 is a mic. 58. One. Watch the slant.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mariota. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
58, Mike. All day, baby. All day.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch the motion. Hey, 7, let's go. Hey, 58 is the mic. 58 is the mic. Got one. 58 is the mic. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
On the run, he'll let it go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
A huge play there for Denver. 64 yards on the ground. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Hey, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Mariota now to throw on first down. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Lindsey. Nick Nelson, who played his college ball in Wisconsin, had the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Broncos on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 17. They'll go again with Lindsey. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they're going to go for it here on the 4th down try. Mariota's going to stay out there.
Come on, QB, come on. 36, 31.
Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
It's just me and you. Three. Check 4, check 4. No. Off.
His pass caught at the 4. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
So this one a victory for the Raiders. So for the Raiders, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Denver, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more,